All right, looks like we are live for another Mishaguyas Monday Live. Welcome to the Labor Day edition of Mishaguyas Monday Live. I'm your host. I'm here every week. I am Rofay Mishaguyas, life coach, entertainer, creator of eclectic content, and so much more. And usually on the first Mondays of the month, I do an Ask Me Anything episode where you can either send your questions in advance or come on in and ask me while I'm live. But being that it's a holiday in the US, and many people are out doing holiday Labor Day type things and probably won't be tuning in, decided that I'm going to put that off for next week. That said, you can still put your questions in the comments and I will answer them in a future episode. And Ask Me Anything episodes are a chance to ask me anything that you want to ask. You ask me about myself, personal questions. You can ask me of my opinion on certain things, my views. You can ask for advice for a friend if you want. You can also submit questions anonymously, and then I will answer them in a future episode. Ask Me Anything Mondays are also just a day where I will chit-chat with viewers. If I'm able to see comments and things like that, I'm on the tablet, which means I can't see, for whatever reason, how many viewers are watching or if there are any comments. So if you're leaving comments and I'm not responding, that is why I am not responding to them. But normally it's only on the first Mondays of a month that I have the interaction time. Most of the rest of the time it's a time for me to give you news on what's going on with me, where life is going, good news, bad news, all of the various things, just to keep you up on what's happening with me. And then, as I do every week, even on those weeks when nobody shows up, I give an off my heart talk about whatever comes to my heart. Sometimes I know in advance what I'm going to say, or at least the topic, and hopefully nobody can hear the air conditioning kicking in the background, but sometimes I know the topic I'm going to speak on. Other times I have no idea what I'm going to say until I hit go live, which is the case today. But nevertheless, whatever I say each week when I'm on here is always off my heart. It's as things come to my heart, regardless of whether I know what topic I'm talking about or not. So we'll start off today by letting you know I have a migraine today. Woke up very late in the day, but I got the migraine while I was sleeping, and I suspected it was going to happen yesterday because the halos were starting, and so I am dealing with that today. We'll on top of everything, so we'll see what happens with that. Things might be a little shorter because of that as well. Certainly the bright lights do not assist in reducing pain, and I'm also in a lot of pain today. I'm glad that my physical therapist and my neurologist are not going to be watching, because those of you who know I've been having a lot of issues with my neck and been getting numbness in my arms and other issues. And yesterday I went out and spent a little while working in the yard, trying to get some things in the ground that needed to go in the ground that we got back in the spring that still hadn't gotten put in, and my body did not appreciate it. And my physical therapist told me, take it very easy, bare minimum, don't do anything that you don't have to. And I think I needed to put those things in the ground, but my body is definitely disagreeing with me today on top of everything. So today is Labor Day in the divided states of America. The day when we celebrate those who labor by having sales and forcing many people to work, especially in retail. And used to be a day where we took breaks kind of the official end of summer. And I know that there are a lot of protests going on around the divided states right now, a lot of things going on, a lot of turmoil. And that kind of stuff, the way our world in particular, even if you're not in the divided states, the world in general is kind of a stressful place right now. If you're feeling that stress and agree, let me know in the comments. But there's a lot of stress, and it's easy to lose track and get lost in the chaos, get lost in the storms of news and the storms of life. But we don't have to get lost in the storms of life. We don't have to get lost in the chaos. I have people that I know who can't go through the day without listening to the news and talking about the news, and let's find out what all the chaos is for the day, and day is not complete until we've taken in our full fill of the chaos around the world. And then there's me, who doesn't like the chaos and does everything I can to minimize my time taking it in. Which one are you? Are you the news hound who's got to take in and talk about it as much as they can, or are you like me and want to minimize your exposure? Or are you somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments. But I'm one who, because of all that I've been through, I really have to minimize my exposure to these things. Yes, I have to keep on top of them to a degree, because especially being a content creator and online, things change a lot, and I have to be aware of some of the changes, but a lot of it I don't have to be aware of. And I have found for me that when I take in too much, and it doesn't take a lot, when I take in too much, I get overwhelmed, and I can fall into depression and despair, and even anger and frustration as I see all that I love and all that I've worked for and all that I've attempted to build seem to be falling down around me. And because of all of these crazy things, and because of the intense way that I feel things very intensely. Very, very strong emotions. So I feel them more intensely and more deeply than many people do. Which means I have to minimize my exposure that much more. And that can be rough, especially when you're surrounded by people who just can't stop talking about all the negative things. I'm getting a little bit riled up just thinking about it, but I'm calming down here. I'm calming down, coming back to the focus and what I'm talking about at hand. When we take our eyes off of the chaos and stay focused on the things that bring us joy, the things that help us find peace, the things that bring happiness, anything at all. I know that there's a technique for grounding oneself where I'm probably going to say these wrong or out of order or whatever, but you touch one thing, you focus on two things that you can see and something that you can smell and taste, and it's a series of steps, a process to bring you back into a centeredness, happiness, a groundedness in the moment of where you are. And I've only heard about this technique a little bit more recently in life, but in my life, with all the craziness and the mental illness I've struggled with in the past, I have found the best way to avoid the chaos, the insanity, to keep grounded when the explosions, virtual or otherwise, are going on around you, is to stay focused. Stay focused on the good, on the happy, on anything that brings you hope, anything that brings peace, excitement, calm. Yes, sometimes we need to feel those emotions. It's definitely it's healthy. Feeling them is a lot more healthy than trying to shut them down and deny that they are there. And I speak from experience in this. It's part of the emotional shutdown that an emotional mental breakdown that I experienced earlier in life. When we focus on the good, the things that bring us peace, the things that bring us happiness, and just say, I'm not going to worry about the rest. When we bring ourselves to a place of peace and grounding by focusing on good things like cats and pizza and outer space, like grapes and smiles. See, I'm feeling better already. When we focus on things that bring us joy and bring us happiness, we can let go of the chaos around us. We can bring ourselves back to a place of peace and calm and wholeness and tranquility in the middle of all the insanity. And this is something that I learned to do, even in the middle of the mental breakdown and dealing with schizophrenia and the other things that I dealt with early in life. Yes, I'm one of the 1% of people who had schizophrenia, fought it for 11 years, and actually able to recover. And I've had a clean bill of mental health and been off the medications for longer than I was on them now at this point. But that and other weird facts about me are soon coming to YouTube. The video is already edited, and did I upload that one already or not? See, I've got so many videos I'm editing. I think that one is up, and if you want to see the link for it, let me know down in the comments. And if you're watching this later, when I get this edited and uploaded to YouTube, I will also put a link to that at the end of the video. But I beat that. I got out of that. And part of that I will attribute to divine intervention, which I can't call it anything otherwise, with the circumstances and things that happened around it, which is a discussion for another episode. But also learning to focus on the good, the happy, the uplifting, the positive things, the encouraging things, the healthy, upbuilding, uplifting things really helped me and continues to help me on a regular basis. And this is something that I was known for among my friends for a long time, as being able to find the good in the middle of the chaos. And very often they used to come to me before I moved away from where I was. They would come to me and say, I'm struggling, I need help, I am in a difficult situation and I can't see another point of view, and I know you can find a different perspective and give me a different perspective, or see something in the situation that I don't, that will give me hope and a different direction. And this is one of the reasons why I'm stepping out as a life coach. But when we can find anything good in a situation, no matter how bad it may be, it makes the situation not so bad, not so despairing, not so difficult. Viktor Frankl is a name that many people may recognize. He was in a concentration camp during the Holocaust, and he got through all of the difficulties, the death, the destruction, everything that he saw by keeping hope and having a purpose and keeping his focus on a goal, a purpose, something positive, something encouraging, something lifting up. And we, as the world gets crazier every day around us, with new things all the time, if we take our focus off of those things and put them on the happy, put them on the things that bring us joy, the things that excite us, that bring smiles to our face, that make us laugh, that let us feel comforted, we can get through this too. Whatever happens, we can get through this. Even if bombs start falling tomorrow, we can still find happiness and hope and joy and get through this, all of this. We can. I speak from experience. And I know that whatever you're going through right now, whatever you're struggling with, you're going to get through it too. And know that you are not alone. You deserve happiness, you deserve joy, and you're worthy of it. You deserve and are worthy of feeling your worth, feeling loved, feeling valued, because you are a wonderful and amazing human. Even though the world at times may tell us otherwise, even though sometimes we ourselves may tell us otherwise, I just want you to know you are worthy. You're worthy of good, you're worthy of happiness, you're worthy of joy. All the good things the world has to offer, you are worthy of. And I, for one, am glad that you are here. And I'm hoping that you'll continue to be here for a long time to come, and that you will join me again next week for another episode of Mishaguyas Monday Live at the same time, same place. And in the meantime, hope that the posts that I put out there continue to encourage and lift you up, my wonderful and amazing friends. So with that, I will close this episode of Mishaguyas Monday Live, and know that I will see you more on the internet, and I will see you next week. You are loved.